Good afternoon. My name is Pastor Tony Burchett, the senior pastor of Provision of Grace World Mission Church, and one of the founders of Yashia Inc. Yashia is a Hebrew name which means unified. If one falls, the others will lift him up. Our mission is to bring churches and other faith-based organizations together for a common cause, to fight against unjust laws and the hindrance of our mission. Amen? Today we're here to bring attention to the city of Philadelphia's unconstitutional tax for stormwater runoff. I just want to let you know who's here, the people who are here with me. We have the Philadelphia Baptist Pastors and Ministers Conference. We have the Philadelphia Black Clergy. We have the Logan Ministers Alliance. We have the Shepherd Club and Partner in Harvest, as well as many other pastors and faith-based organizations. I just want to talk to you. These guys that are standing behind me are the co-founders. They're the founders of Yashia. They're standing with me, and we will hear from them in a few minutes. I just want to talk to you about how this thing started. Since 2013, I would say, we began to look at our storm water runoff bills, and we were able to see that we were paying more than our usage, and so we began to think about how in the world are we paying for stormwater runoff, and how are they measuring how much water is running into their drains, into their stormwater drains. And so I was led to take the fight out to the city, and we began a court battle, which we actually, the Lord blessed us to win at least 3 of them. We had 2 judgments in our favor. One of them they kind of vacated because they wasn't ready for it. They wasn't ready for anybody to actually challenge them in this. And so since then, they were threatened to cut our water off. They kept on pursuing the money that they said we owe them for the water runoff, which we believed that it was a tax. We always did believe that it was a tax because you can't measure the runoff. You can't measure the service. It's not a service, but they mask it and put it in your regular usage bill, so you really don't know what's going on. And so we are at this point now that the Lord sent some folk in. We had an ex-judge from that came into our church and actually began to research this information along with me, and he was able to find out a lot of the illegal struggles that we would be up against. And his name is Kenny Slaughter, and I'm going to ask him to come and kind of explain to you the legal side of it and the sort of battles that we've been dealing with, and what we're actually dealing with. I'm going to ask Kenny Slaughter to come.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Doing the research, we found that the proposal, the regulation that the city implemented, was designed to cover all impervious space, any space that the water can't penetrate, meaning hard surface, ground, concrete areas, your roof space. So what the city did, they decided to implement the regulation based on the size of your land, or the size of your building. And I was feeling since it's based on property size and land lot sizes, we thought it was a property tax. The city's going to pass a property tax. They should go through the proper procedures in doing so. They shouldn't be able to hide behind calling this a service fee. We understand that under the city charter, the city has to be able to pay for any services that it provides to the citizens. We understand. We understand the city deserves and needs the money to pay for their service. Our position is that the city should be required to properly pass this as a tax and give the citizens an opportunity to voice their opinion one way or the other in a public forum as whether or not we're willing to accept this as a tax. Because the city has done it the way they have, we consider this an unconstitutional tax. It's a burden on nonprofits and the citizens of the city of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Pastor J. Dyckman Brown. I've been knowing Pastor Pichette for quite some time, and over the last 2 years he and I have been going back and forth over this. This is simply something that's unfair to the household of faith. It's like we're being taxed every time God sends the rain. God sends the rain upon his earth, and then we get taxed for it. It's just an amazing thing. We're not afraid to pay our usage bill. We're willing to pay our usage bill. But when it comes to water that's just falling from the sky, I said to him around September, between the middle of September until about the middle of November, we had no rain. And yet we got hit with a bill. And so we're getting this tax hit upon us even when the sky is not falling.
Right.
And so we need to make sure that we are in this fight together. And like he said from the very beginning, it's really a fight about what is just. You know, we will stand together with other churches and other nonprofit organizations, and we'll just declare justice and righteousness in our city and our nation. Thank you.
I am Reverend Jake Rodnax. I am a pastor of Mount Pisgah Union Church and also the president of Black Clergy of Philadelphia and vicinity. And I'm standing in solidarity on this issue because, in fact, we had a major voice last year in fighting against the city seeking to impose property taxes on nonprofits last year. And we're successful because of the injustice of it. And we feel that this is another way just to kind of slip in another fee that is that the city desires, and the fact that it is unmeasurable even adds to the fact that it's unjust. So we want to stand here in solidarity with Pastor Tony Pichette and all of the other organizations to declare that we believe that this is unfair. There should be due process for any sort of what is amounts to a tax to be imposed. And unless there's due process, we're going to stand against it. Thank you.
Amen.
Good afternoon. My name is Joel Barnaby. I'm the senior pastor at Greater Church of Philadelphia over in the Kensington section here in Philadelphia. I stand with my brothers in the faith for this unfair tax against what in many respects is like holy water. We use water to fill our baptistries. It's unconscionable for a city government to usurp a tax on the people, on the hoodlums and thieves and street rats that we're trying to save off of the city streets. Bring them in, they become believers, we baptize them in water because we do believe that water doth save. Now there are three that bear record in the earth. One of them is water. Now we can get the Spirit, that comes automatically from God. The other part of that is the blood. That's what was provided by the sacrificial Lamb of Jesus Christ. But the water we need a little help from. And it's wrong to tax the water that we get. We're willing to pay our fair share, but it's absolutely wrong to do that against churches that are the mainstay of this city, and it's the life source that brings stability to our streets and allowing our citizenry to live and work and go about their duties. I stand in support with my brothers in the faith. We are against the city's overreach into taxing our water that we esteem as holy.
So, this is our plan. We are planning to actually institute a class action lawsuit against the city of Philadelphia. So what we're doing is we're asking pastors, nonprofit organizations, faith-based organizations to join in on this fight. So we have one other person that's going to tell you how you can do that. That's my beautiful wife, Sharon Frechette. She's going to tell you how you can actually support this fight.
Good afternoon. As he said, my name is Sharon Frechette, and for those of you who are here in the room and for those of you who may be watching, if you'd like to support this effort, this endeavor, you can go to our temporary website, which is www.provisionofgracewmc.org. When you click on that website, you'll click on the word Yasid. Yasid will take you to a payment plan page, and on that page you'll click the Donate Support button. It's that simple. It's www.provisionofgracewmc.org. Click on Yasid, and you can make your donation there. If you'd like to write a check, you can write that check out to Yasid Inc. That's YACHID-INC. Thank you so much for your support. God bless you.
And so we, first of all, we're reaching out. I do want to stress that we're reaching out to the Muslim community. They're being hit. They're being hit hard. What they're doing is taking away resources from the programs and from the people who we serve in this community. Some churches are actually paying $800 or more for a stormwater runoff. They actually was, we were paying, well, they actually were charging us $756 a month for stormwater runoff. And I refused to pay that and went to court and won the judgment. And so they threatened, they continue to come after that money. So they threatened to cut off my water. For the last 2 weeks, our water was cut off. As soon as I reached out to the news stations, they got wind of it. They slipped in here some kind of way today and cut our water back on. You know, so they know that this is a separate issue. They already know. We're talking about city officials who actually slipped this in because it had to be passed some kind of way for them to actually do it. They know that this is a tax. So therefore, one person standing by himself, you know, can be bullied. But when all the nonprofit organizations and all of us stand together, then we can really make a difference, and we can fight this thing. We can fight this thing, and I believe that this is a winnable class action lawsuit. I believe we can win this. So that's our press conference for now. We'll open up the floor if we have anybody in here with any questions who would like to try to answer those questions. Okay. Thank you for coming.
To make donations, you can go to the temporary website at www.provisionofgracewmc.org and click on Yasid. Indicate the amount you wish to donate, then click the Donate Support button. Make checks payable to Yasid Inc., Postal Box 20819, Philadelphia, PA 19141. Thank you, and God bless.